Hi, hello, welcome to Common Sense Baran. This is Sundar Rama Lakshmanan. You're watching Bharat Talks. Now, this video is about my rant, about my anger, about my frustration with certain things. Now, what are those things? Now, recently on October 10th, I have watched a movie called Vettayan. It is a superstar Rajinikanth movie, and of course, Big B, Amitabh Bachchan is in that movie. Now, this is not about the review of that movie, but rather a dissatisfaction or a discontent with that movie. The movie was fantastic. It has a fantastic cinematography, it has fantastic acting, it has fantastic everything, except for one thing where director T.J. Nyanavel, this man, is planning to brainwash us through that movie. Especially when you are taking a movie with superstar Rajinikanth, the reach will be higher, and everyone and through the words of Amitabh Bachchan, it reaches the nook and corners of the country. So how can we let it happen under our eyes? In the opening scene of the movie, through the voice of Amitabh Bachchan, it says that Macaulay is the Thomas Babington Macaulay is the one who coordinated or organized the English education in India. Now, for your information, Thomas Babington Macaulay is a British law officer in under the Executive Council of India under the leadership of Lord William Bentinck. He served in the position from 1828 to 1835. Now, under the Charter Act, there's a act for educating Indians. It is called Charter Act of 1880. Sorry, I think it's 1830, where there is a clause number 43. Clause number 43. So, under that clause, British has to spend at least 1 lakh rupee for the Indian education. Now, Lord William Bentinck has a doubt regarding that clause, how to do it. Now, he turned to his law advisor, its law officer in the Executive Council of India, that is Thomas Babington Macaulay, for an advice. So, in return, Macaulay presented a document called Macaulay's Minutes. Now, in that minutes, he discussed about few things. One, where to spend the fund in the Indian education system. Now, for your information, Indian education system introduced by the Britain is not for educating Indians or not for enlightening Indians. It's just for making them clerks, translators in the British administration. And of course, education's purpose is not like that. Education meant to liberate people. Education meant to give clear thought. But unfortunately, the English education system brought by the British East India Company and later British never gave us the opportunity to evolve as a person, as a personalities, but rather than to be a slave to British companies or British government. So Thomas Babington Macaulay, what he did was he analyzed the situation and bring up with a report called Macaulay Minutes. In that Macaulay Minutes, he advocate Lord William Bentinck to not to spend money on Indian traditional knowledge, that is Vedic studies, that is Arabic studies, Sanskrit studies, or anything, rather to spend money on English education and English science. Now, he personally despised the knowledge system of the India. He said there is nothing in Vedic education that offers value to the modern people. And he said in an insulting tone that a book in the common people's house in London is not equal to the value of Vedas. Unfortunately, he didn't go through any Vedas or go through anything because Vedas itself require a lifetime to master. But unfortunately, this fool Macaulay didn't go through it, and he said with Robert that there is nothing good in Vedas, there is nothing good in Arabic, there is nothing good in Sanskrit, there is nothing good in any traditional knowledge. So he asked Lord William Bentinck to follow through with the grant on English education. Now, his aim is not to please, Indians or not to enlighten Indians. It's rather to create Indians with a British taste. Now we are seeing a result of his influence on education that most of us want to go and work for any other foreign companies in a foreign land rather than spending time in India, rather than spending working for the improvement of the country. Everybody is going for the better opportunity, better education. I cannot complain that, but in summary, that was the aim of Thomas Babington Macaulay. We are still under its influence. He didn't create or quantify any education. He just quantified or just wanted to create a slave from Indian society that looks like Indian but behaves like a British people. So he does not even want to inculcate education to all. He said he in his downward filtration theory that we need to select only a few brand of Indians to educate. Then it will trickle down to the society, making it complete. So he advised Lord William Bentinck to spend time wisely. Sorry. Now, if that's so, he didn't contribute to the welfare of the people. He didn't contribute anything to the any value to the knowledge of Indians. He wanted to prove that English education or English education has a more upper hand. He is part of a group called Anglist group, which contains liberals, evangelists, utilitarians, as well as missionaries. Their aim is not to improve the society. Missionary was aiming for conversion of people from other faith to Christianity. So only way they can do that by educating Indians with English so that they can read Bible. Evangelists also believed in that. So by educating Indians in English, so they can easily understand the Bible and they can convert to Christianity. Both the liberals and the utilitarians believed that Indian education system is backward, the traditional knowledge is backward, there is nothing good in that process. James Mill believed that. So do others who followed them. Now, getting the supports from missionaries, he put forward to educate Indians with English knowledge and English science and technology. And of course, there is an opposite side. called Orientalist view. It was this debate that brought William Bentinck the headache of bringing Babington Macaulay to the scene. And there was a debate whether to teach them traditional knowledge or English knowledge. But don't consider it as a positive sign. To educate Englishmen about the traditional. Fort William College in Kolkata was doing that from 1800s with the instruction of Lord Wellesley. Now, Lord Wellesley wanted the British soldiers to learn about the tradition, culture, and language of India as they need to work among them. So, Wellesley and the Oriental view want to educate the British people in traditional knowledge. So, this is a debate whether to study English or to teach British Sanskrit or any traditional language. Now, this is not meant to educate Indian. This is a way to make more money out of Indians. So don't consider this is a benevolent thing. This is absolute to necessary for them to teach either English to us or traditional knowledge to them to maximize their profit from India, which they did both as English East India Company as British. So we have to understand T.J. Nyanavel, the director of Waiter, has to understand that they are not introduced this thing for the benefit of Indians rather than to make us slave, rather than to make us a cash cow for British economy. And for further information, at this time, 1835, 1828, British does not have a education policy. British education policy came in 1870. So they don't have a national policy. How come they introduce a national policy to us even before they have? That's absolutely rubbish, absolutely nonsense to believe that Thomas Babington Macaulay has introduced an education system. So please, people, go and read from every source available in internet, books, whatever the source. Don't believe what you see in a movie as a final, especially with the influence of Amitabh Bachchan, with the influence of superstar Rajinikanth. It can reach nook and corners of the country or the world, making the lesser aware to believe that Thomas Babington introduced a common education system, which he is not. My countrymen, please be aware of this foolishness and please get more awareness. If you want to see this in Tamil, please let me know in comments below. So I will do a Tamil version of this more for Tamil audience. If you want to, please mention it in comments. I want this in Tamil. I will definitely do this in Tamil and definitely aware you about this kind of evil. Please be aware because what you see in the screen are far from the truth. If you want the truth and nothing but the truth, just subscribe to Common Sense Guardian. And if you like this video, share it with the friends and family. If you want this video in Tamil, please make sure to say Tamil in the comments. And please, if you want to hear us more from us, please subscribe and click the notification bell for further notification. So until then, it's bye from Sundarama Lakshmanan. Tata, bye bye, see you. Jai Hind, Bharat Mata Ki Jai.